Welcome to our today's lesson. So in this very video we shall be looking at another new topic which is Segnale di precedenza. So take note of this very lesson. So take note of this very lesson is an important one. So it says Segnale di dare precedenza. So in English, this simply means the giveaway sign. The giveaway sign. So you can see it here is the sign, Segnale di dare precedenza. The sign is always like this. You can see it here. So this very sign simply means you as a driver, the sign is usually found in a junction. It's usually found in a junction. So which enable the drivers driving on this very road to give way to vehicles that are transiting on the other side of the road. So this is what we are simply talking about here. You can see what we are simply looking at here. So this one is the Segnale di dare precedenza. So it's usually found in a junction. So this very sign is simply saying that you have to wait for those vehicles to transit completely before you'll be able to enter this very kind of road. So in every junction where this thing is is placed, when you are occurring to the presence of this very sign, you as a driver driving, there are two things required. Number one, in Italian let's say they call it rallentare. So you have to slow down. In a situation whereby on the other side of the road there is no vehicles, all you just need to do, you slow down and you enter the road. But in a situation whereby you are driving on this very road and there are vehicles like this coming, so all you have to do, you have to wait for these vehicles to transit completely before you'll be able to enter. But in a situation whereby you are driving on this road and there is no vehicle coming like this very one, all you have to do, you slow down and you enter. So we have some questions relative to this very lesson. So some of the response are vero and while some are also false. So you can see it here. So I'm going to be explaining why all these ones are vero. So question number one, it says il segnale raffigurato è il segnale di precedenza. So it's simply saying that this very sign that is here is known as regulatory sign. Regulatory sign. So è il segnale di precedenza. So it's known as the regulatory sign, or in other words, it's known as giveaway sign. And during my explanation, I said that this very sign simply means, give way sign. In other words, it simply means that you should give way to vehicles that are transiting on the junction that you are. So, and this is the reason why this one is vero. It's known as segnale di precedenza. So, this is the reason why that one is vero. Number two, it says il segnale raffigurato obbliga a dare precedenza ai veicoli provenienti sia a destra che da sinistra. So it simply said that this very sign that is here is obligatory, you as a driver driving on this road, to give way to vehicles that are transiting from left to right. This is what we are simply talking about. So this very sign is the segnale di dare precedenza. So you driving on this road, you have to wait. It's obligatory for you to wait and give way to these vehicles transiting from left to right. You can see it here. So on this very road, you don't have right. You don't have right. You always need to respect the vehicles that are transiting on this very road. So this is the reason why this one is, why this very question is vero. Take note of that. Number 3, dice il segnale raffigurato comporta di dare la precedenza ai veicoli che circolano sulla strada che incrocia. So he's simply saying that this very sign that is here, is indicating that you as a driver driving on this road, you need to give way to vehicles that are transiting on the very road that you are about to enter. You can see it. Sulla strada che incrocio. So when you are in the junction, you have to give way to these vehicles. Take note. So, and another question again, let us quickly look at the reason why this one is also vero. It says il segnale raffigurato si trova sulla corsia di accelerazione per emissione in autostrada. So, and it says vero. Now let me explain something to you. It says il segnale raffigurato, this very sign that is here. So, and in some cases, is usually found. This corsia di accelerazione is a road whereby you an access an entrance to highway, an entrance to road. So sometimes is usually found here, and the answer is vero. So sometimes when you want to transit to autostrada known as the highway in English. So corsia di accelerazione is the road that is the transit road, an entrance road to the highway. So this very sign is usually found here. So because before you enter autostrada or before you enter any high road, any highway, you must need to give way to the vehicles that are already on the road, that are already transiting. But and even if there is no vehicles, you need to slow down to watch first before you transit. So this is the reason why this one is vero. And another one again says segnale raffigurato su strada extraurbane è proceduto da segnale previsto di dare precedenza. So he said this very sign that is here, this previsto di dare precedenza simply means, in some cases, it always go with preview. Preview simply means in some cases you will see this very sign that will indicate some figures here like 130 kilometer, 150 kilometer. So is a preview that in 150 meter away. So when you arrive in the junction 150 meter away, so you have to give way to the vehicles that already transiting. So this one is vero. So another one again say il segnale raffigurato pronuncia di moderare particolarmente la velocità a occorrenza la fermarsi. So he says this very sign that is here, it pronounces you this moderare for you to let your velocity to be moderate. In other words, you need to reduce your speed when you are getting close to this very sign. You need to reduce your speed. And it's very much important. This is what we are talking about here. You getting close to this very sign, you need to reduce your speed before getting here. You don't need to be here before you start reducing your speed. By doing that, you may cause an accident on this very road. So before you get to this place, you have to reduce your speed. You need to let your velocity to be moderate. So this is what this one is simply talking about, and the answer to this one is vero. The reason why it's vero is that this very sign, so it advises you to let your velocity to be moderate, and at the same time, you need to reduce your speed while approaching this very sign. Before you stop, you need to reduce your speed. So this is the reason why this one is vero. So, and another question again says, in presenza del segnale raffigurato non occorre fermarsi a incrocio se rallentato. Si hai modo di vedere che non vi sono veicoli arrivano, sia a destra sia a sinistra. So, and it's simply saying that on this very road that has this very sign, in some cases you don't need to stop. In some cases, you don't need to stop. In some cases, you need to stop before you enter the road. But in some cases, you don't need to stop. In the sense that if there is no vehicles coming on that very road, if there is no vehicle transiting on the road, if the road is very free, you don't need to stop. All you need to do, you need to ralentare. To ralentare simply means you need to slow down. Take a look at this. So when you are occurring to this very sign, in a situation whereby this road is free, there is no vehicles coming from the left and from the right, all you just need to do, you slow down, you enter. But you can always stop in a situation whereby there are vehicles transiting. So this is the reason why this one is vero. Take note of that. So another one again say il segnale raffigurato è un segnale di prescrizione. So he simply said that this very sign is a regulatory sign. It's a sign which regulates the transit of vehicles in every junction. So this is the reason why this one is vero. So, and another one again that also has vero. Now, it says il segnale raffigurato obbliga ad dare precedenza a veicoli che circolano sulla strada su cui ci si è in mente. So, and he simply said that this very sign that is here, so it pronounced you as a driver to always give way on vehicles that are already transiting on the road that you are about to enter. You can see it here, circolado sulla strada su cui si è mette. So, on the road that you are about to enter, you need to give way. You can see it here. Before you enter the road, you need to give way because there are already vehicles. All these vehicles that are on this road, they have right. So you that is about to enter, you don't have right. In other words, you need to give way. To give way simply means you need to wait and respect these vehicles first before you transit. You must make sure that the road is free before you transit. It says, another question says, se la prescrizione del segnale raffigurato, se abbinato a un semaforo, vale quando il semaforo funziona luce gialla lampeggiata. So it says, in some cases, if this very sign is, if the junction that has this very sign, if it is regulated with, with traffic light, semaphore simply means traffic light. He said this very sign is also valid when the traffic light shows yellow. He said it's also valid when the traffic light shows yellow. So take note of that. And another question again says, il segnale raffigurato si trova sulla rampa di ricordo per emissione in autostrada. So he's saying that this very sign that is here, so in the junction of the road that give you access to enter highway, which is autostrada, so is also found there. Is also found there. This emissione is a place where you enter the road. In autostrada, when you are driving in autostrada, before you enter autostrada, that road, that leads to autostrada is known as corsia di emissione, la strada di emissione. So the road that you take, the access of you driving to autostrada, that road is known as, corsia di emissione. So you can see it here. So or accelerazione. So and another one again, some situation where when you want to come down in autostrada, but I know all those things are not here. So we also have what we call the corsia di discesa. So that one is when you want to come out from the road. But when you want to enter, so this is what this one is talking about here. So that one is vero. And another one again says, il segnale raffigurato impone uso della massima prudenza la fine di evitare accidente. So he said this very sign that is here, so it's, urge you to apply much of prudence in order to avoid accident. for you to avoid that accident. So much attention is needed whenever you are, occurring these the presence that have this very sign. So you need to apply much of your attention, maximum prudence. So much attention, maximum of your attention. So in order to avoid accident. So these are that, and we also have some questions which are also false. Now let us see the reason why all these questions are false. So number one, it says il segnale raffigurato può essere preceduto del segnale diritto di precedenza. So this one is false. The reason why it's false is say this very sign that is here. So sometimes it's it give you access to direct way. You can see it here. So this very one, so it's not diritto di precedenza, because you can see it here. The road that you are coming, the road end here. So you have to give way. You understand? The people that are in diritto di precedenza here, that have a direct way here, are the vehicles that are already on this road. This one is a direct way, but here you have to give way. So they are not the one to give you way, you are the one to give them way. So that is for that. This is the reason why this one is false, because this very sign is segnale di dare precedenza, not diritto di precedenza. So they are not on direct way, but rather they give way. So this is the reason why this one is false. And another one again says segnale raffigurato impiegato su strada che godono del diritto di precedenza. So he's also saying same thing, that this very sign that is here, it's pronounced godono di diritto di precedenza. So a road whereby you have right, a road whereby the people have to give you way. So on this very road that has this very sign, you are the one to always give way. You don't have right on this very road. You understand? So you are the one to give way to other vehicles. So take note of that. So it says il segnale raffigurato è posto di non 150 metri prima di incrocio. So this one is false. So the reason why this one is false, so he's saying that this very sign that is here is always found at 150 meters away from the junction. And it's false. So the reason why it's false, because this one is not a pericolo sign. So it's not a segnale di precedenza. So a pericolo sign, this is where you will have something like this. But in a situation whereby there is a what they call previso, they will say 150 meters away, yes, it can be true. But on this very one, there is nothing like previso, so the sign is just on its own. So for that reason, this one is false, because it's not a segnale di pericolo. Take note of that. And another one again says segnale raffigurato lungo le autostrada viene posto a distanza maggiore di 150 metri. So he simply said that in autostrada, this very sign is always found at 150 meters. Now this one is false, because it's not a pericolo sign. So, and beside that one, in everywhere that this sign is located, if there is nothing like previso, which is a preview, so it's always located in the junction, not 150 meters away from the junction. So that is the reason why that one is false. So another one again says il segnale raffigurato obbliga a fermarsi prima di imprendere incrocio. So he's saying that this very sign that is here is compulsory for you to stop before you enter the main road. So I explained before, this very sign, this one is false. Now let me explain to you the reason why this one is false. This very sign is not obligatory for you to stop in the junction, but you can always stop in a situation whereby the road that you are about to enter is occupied. In other words, there are vehicles that are already transiting. But in a situation whereby the road that you are about to enter, the road is free and there is no vehicle transiting, so you don't have to wait, but you only need to reduce your speed, slow down, view very well before you transit. So it's not a compulsory that you must stop. You understand? So take note of that. Se il segnale raffigurato si trova solo su strada urbane, and he said that this very sign is only found in a town, in the town, and it's false because you can find it in extraurbane secundaria, even in autostrada. You can find it there. So even centro abitati, which is the city, you can also find it there, where people, a place where people live. So in highway you can find it. So it's not only. So the reason why this one in fact it says solo. Whenever you come across this very word solo, solo simply means only. It's saying that this very sign is only found in strada urbane. So it's falso. Another one again says segnale raffigurato è il segnale generico di pericolo. So it's not a segnale di precedenza, not segnale di pericolo. So it's not a warning sign. So rather it's a regulatory sign. So a giveaway sign. So this is why that one is false. You can see it here. So that is for that. And another one again that is false. It says in presenza di segnale raffigurato obbligatorio dalla presidenza a sinistra solo ai tram e ai veicoli in servizio di emergenza. And he's saying that this very sign that is here, you can only give way in a situation whereby the road that you are about to enter is only tram that is there. And at the same time, so vehicles that are on service of emergency like ambulance, so police vehicles and a host of others. So it's faster. So you have to give way to every vehicles, whether bicycles or whatever that is already transiting on that very road. So that is the reason why that one is faster. So it says segnale raffigurato può essere proceduto da previso di fermarsi dalla presidenza. So you can see what is he repeating what they said before. So a preview of you stopping and give way. So there is nothing like that here. So it's not compulsory that you must stop. You will only stop in a situation whereby there are vehicles, transiting. So that is the reason why this one is faster. So another one again says segnale raffigurato lungo l'autostrada viene posto a distanza di 150 metri dall'area di servizio. Area di servizio, in a highway, a parking place where vehicles do normally relax to buy things, is known as area di servizio. So, and he's saying that this very sign that is here is always found at 150 meters away from autostrada whenever you want to enter this place. So there is no appropriate, figure or number on where this sign is always found. But it's always found at every junction. But in a situation whereby they decided to put it in a preview form, there is where you will not have something like this. So this one is faster. It says il segnale raffigurato pronuncia di arrestarsi prima di prendere incrocio. And he's saying that this very sign that is here, it pronounces you to arrestarsi simply means to stop before you enter the junction. So there is nothing like that. You don't have to stop. You will only stop when there are vehicles, when the road that you are about to enter are occupied with vehicles. Lastly, it says il segnale raffigurato si trova solo su strada extraurbane. So this very sign is not only found in the strada extraurbane, it's found in strada extraurbane secondaria, strada extraurbane principale, so anche centro abitati, tutto. So that is where we normally find it. So this one is faster because of this very particular word there, solo. Whenever you come across this very word solo, simply means solo. It means only. Only. So this is where we are ending our lesson today. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also remember to click on the notification button so that you can always see more of our videos. Thanks for watching our video. Now stay blessed. Bye.